All right. Awesome. So here we are, the sixth consecutive week of capture and create. Let me turn this down. Sorry. Yeah. So welcome everyone. If you're watching this on a replay, my name is Kwame. I'm your host. I like to take pictures. I realized this morning I was writing something for this, writing an introduction for this writing cohort I've done like two of them. This is my third one. Ship 30 for 30. I will leave a link down below if you're interested. If you're like interested in writing, pretty cool program. But I was writing, introducing myself, and I was like, oh, I have over 15 years of experience. And I was thinking about it. I was like, damn it, I have. I've been taking pictures for over 20 years. Yeah, that makes me feel really old. But also, I was talking to some friends this weekend or this week, and I was like, we were talking about like stuff from college, and I was, I wish I could have found some of the pictures I had from back then. I'm pretty sure I lost them in a like a hard drive failure or stuff like that. But I I wish I had those pictures. I wish I had a system like I have with Lightroom and multiple backups and everything. I need to be better at that, but like I really wish I had those older pictures because I was like, man, like 20 years ago, you know, we're in college. Maybe I met my wife by then, like just before I met my wife. So, yeah, that would be awesome if I could find some of those older pictures. I've looked at like other um, you know, other hard drives and things like that. But yeah, unfortunately, I can't find those pictures. But yeah, it'd be really cool to find those pictures. But then it was also terrifying to think 30 or 20 years of taking pictures. So yeah, so today I got three things to show you, and I think that's gonna be the format of these going forward. Something to show you within Lightroom, some gear, possibly. I'm not gonna always have gear every week, but then also for this week, a book that has really inspired me to take pictures. All right, so let's jump into the program. And as always, if you are joining while I'm in the middle of this, please leave your comment, questions, anything like that in the chat. I can get back to you. If you're watching this on replay, leave a comment in the down in the comment section and I can get back to you. And if I remember, like I say this a lot, if I remember, I will put links down in the description for everything that I've talked about today. Um, but yeah, other than that, unless anyone has any questions, let's just jump right in to the first topic, which is Lightroom. Adobe Max was this past week. This is where Adobe comes out and talks about all the new things they're showing, and talking about within their like Lightroom, Photoshop, Camera Raw, their Firefly, their generative AI image stuff. However, for us, they brought out a new version of Lightroom. I don't know if this is within Lightroom, regular Lightroom. I know I'm using Lightroom Classic. I'm wouldn't be surprised if it's in the just light what they call Lightroom. Here's the Adobe. If you're listening, one, can you cut down on the number of versions of Lightroom that you have? Like, have two, three, maybe. Like Lightroom, Lightroom Classic, and Lightroom Mobile. And then it would be nice if they all had the same features because I believe this one only works with Lightroom and Lightroom Classic, and not, I'm pretty sure not Lightroom Mobile. And then on the second side note, Lightroom Mobile, please, can you get a panoramic stitching in there? That'd be awesome. But anyways, so they have a whole bunch of features for the new Lightroom. However, the one I'm really excited about is this. I guess it's called like the focusing. I don't know exactly what it's called. I'm going to show you. So let me jump over here into Lightroom. All right. So let's open up this one because it's going to work best with the picture. And so this is a picture of me. We're going to hit D to work on this. And then here it is. It's called lens blur. So it's like, I'm going to come back here. So, you know, when you're taking a picture, a portrait picture with your iPhone or Samsung phone or Google, Android, any kind of Android phone, iPhone or Android phone, right? That has lens, portrait mode. what it's really doing is taking multiple pictures, and then you're able to select the focus during the picture, but also after the picture. So you can go into on the iPhone's case, you just go into the photo editor, and then you can reselect. You can set the focus to wherever you want it to be. Same thing with Samsung, the S22 Ultra that I have. I can do the same thing. I'm guessing you can do that with Google. You can now kind of do that here in Lightroom, and this is what I wanted to show you. So, oops, wrong one. There we go. So we're coming here, and you can see here lens blur. Now this is an early access, so you do have to turn on the beta features in Lightroom, which I have done. And so I'm going to hit apply, and it's going to analyze the picture. Now I'm choosing this picture because it's pretty easy. There's me, I'm the subject, and then you have all this out here. So it's really easy to do this with this type of picture. So now it shows your focal range. You can have the different type of bokeh, and then you can have the amount of blur that you have. So you just saw it just switched over. So this is before, this is after, and it did it. I feel like I get the best results when I just use it auto. So there you go. So you see now you have I'm isolated from the subject, and if I want to increase that, I can increase it, and then you will see it's more blurry. If I want to decrease it, make it just like a little blurry background, right? Really cool. And you can change the different type of bokeh shapes that you have back here. Now this is where it gets really interesting. This is the focal range. So essentially you can use this area here in conjunction with this. So how it works is the yellow that you see here is the foreground. So this would be the subject. This would be me. If I want to have, most of the focus on myself, let's say there was something in front of me and I wanted to make sure there was, less of that in focus, I can use this range here and adjust the range. Now, in this case, it will probably make my arm, yeah, so you can see here, it made this part of my arm a little more blurry. It's a pretty cool feature. I don't know how well I would use it, but then you can also use this here and move it around. So let's say you wanted to make the background like in focus and me out of focus, right? So it just flips that around. So in a perfect picture, this works perfect. Like this, to me, this is a perfect picture for this because there's enough separation from me from the background, and there's a really good subject in the foreground, like clear subject in the foreground, which is me and my chapped lips on this cold day. So let's take a look at another picture. Let's look at this one here. So this is my kid many years ago, and so let's hit apply. Now this is a raw image. The one before was an iPhone image, so it was a Heath file. So it doesn't matter if it's raw or not, or JPEG. It will work on almost any image, and I say almost any image just because again it depends on the image itself. So now I'm gonna come in here. I'm just going to quickly do a crop, just because it's, yes, I know this is a demo, but I also wanted to make it look good. So here we have this is the before. So you can see City Park in Denver. All this was in focus. Kid looking outside of over the little lake. You click apply. Now this foreground is in focus, but the background isn't in focus. And again, here's where you have your depth map, but you also have like a focal range here that if you wanted to say select this, and now the Lightroom will focus on this one point. Again, I feel like you have the best results if you just let the computer figure out the focus point for you or the subject for you. So, you do it this way. It just looks better when it's cutting out the image from the background. So you can see here. So if I went back to this one here, hold on, let's see if it'll let me or not. All right, so if I click here and say I want this to be the focus, I feel like, yeah, if you look around, the ears here is not as well cut out as if you hit the subject focus. So, if I use this, I'm going to use the subject focus. Again, I'm going to make it really easy on myself because the computer is doing a pretty good job. So, that's how this one would work. So let's look at one more. Let's look at this one here. So this is another picture from 2019, I believe, 2018. Hit apply. This is also micro four thirds camera, high ISO 500. And so let's see what this one looks like. All right, so let's look at the before and the after. It's all right. There's not much difference here. Now, in this case, you could, really raise the blur and see what that looks like. Now, I will say, as just a blanket statement, this looks a little bit better than Android or iOS's version of this. Again, I say a little bit better because if you do it in hardware, so if I'm using like a 90mm macro lens, the background blur will look amazing compared to what you can get here. But yeah, it looks good. It's really exciting. Like, I don't think any of this is back here. I don't think any of this is groundbreaking, right? I don't think any of this is, well, I mean, it's groundbreaking, but I don't think this is like a game changing. This is why you need to upgrade to Lightroom because of this one killer feature. No, I think it's cool to have. It's a nice to have, especially if you look at that first picture of me. Let's see here. When you look at this first picture, this is like perfect. And again, a perfect picture for this application. Again, subject in the foreground, clear background from your background. Clear, you have a clear outline from your background. So it works perfect. I don't think every picture is going to be like that, nor would I use this to do bulk. I'm going to apply this to a ton of pictures, and probably not, but it is cool to play with, and I will definitely be playing with it. I think it'll be great for older pictures, especially older smartphone pictures. But yeah, it's just a cool feature, something I was really excited when I saw it. Obviously it doesn't have enough data to make something unblurry like Google wants to do, but it looks really cool. And again, in a pinch, not even in a pinch, but if you have somebody or something in the background and you're like, ooh, I didn't see that when I took this picture, and I do want a little bit more blur in the background, you can apply this, and there you go. So yeah, that is the Lightroom feature, the Lightroom thing that I was interested in. Now, something that I got a couple days ago that I am super excited about because it will work on my iPhone or my S22 Ultra is this thing right here. What is it, you may be asking? This is from a company called Shift Cam, and this is the Snap Grip. It's a MagSafe grip for your phone. So you put it on there like this, magnets. It's a Bluetooth grip. So you have a button up top. Let me see here. So you have a button up top, two buttons up top. The first one obviously is the shutter button. Second one is the power button. On the bottom, you have your USB Type C for charging. You also have a magnet on the back. So what's nice about this is they sell two accessories. One is a light. So if you wanted to put a light back here, if you're doing like video work or anything like that, you can put a light on here. They also have a tripod that has a magnet on the back. So if you wanted to get their tripod, you could do that. However, I have this tripod. So this is just a not regular. This is a Suru tripod. I can never say their name. This brand's tripod, very expensive tripod. However, I have this Ulanzi ball head on top that is MagSafe compatible. So now I can just boom lock this on here, and I'm good to go to easily hold this up. This one does have a cold shoe mount, so I could put a light on here if I wanted to, a microphone on here. The nice part with the shift cam, or the snap grip, is that the bottom of your device, so in my case here, the iPhone is open, so if I wanted to hook up a mic or something, I can. And because it's MagSafe compatible, which I did not realize this until I got it, is if you press the smaller button and hold it down, or is it double tap? Sorry, you just press it once, it will start charging your device. Let's see if it will do it. So if I go here, you'll see it's charging my phone while I'm using. Now, is it gonna like fully charge a dead phone like super fast? No, but if you're out taking pictures and you have the camera or your phone on and you're just walking around taking pictures, it's nice to have that little bit of charge. You don't have to use it with the battery on. You can just use it with just the using the Bluetooth button, and it will turn on the Bluetooth portion, but not the battery part. And also, if I press it on here, do like this, you should see it's charging this one too, because I have a case that has MagSafe, so it will let me wirelessly charge the S22 Ultra. How do I feel about this? It's pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie. It's really nice to hold your phone like this. I will say, do I trust the magnet to walk around with my camera or my phone just dangling around? Yeah, absolutely. It's like if I'm doing this, it's actually pretty strong, right? Pretty strong. However, I wouldn't like hold my hand out of a window with this setup. I wouldn't feel as comfortable leaning over the ocean or any kind of body of water where I couldn't easily recover my phone if it fell off. And then the other thing I've noticed, especially on the S22 Ultra, is that when my hand is on here and you have a glass screen, naturally you want to rest your thumb. At least I want to rest my thumb on something. And so I'm typically hitting like something on the screen, which every now and again, like in this case, LastPass will pop open when I'm trying to take a picture. And so it's not as good for that. If you're looking for something with more grip, you could get this here. This is also from Snap. I forgot where this is from. I can't remember where this is from, but I'll leave a link down below. So this is a grip or a tripod adapter that lets you put your phone in here, and it's secure. So once you let's see, I turn this way, it's not like this part isn't coming off. So now if I'm holding this and I'm walking around like this, I know this is not going anywhere. And if I want to like lean this over, like how I have used this is I've had this mounted on top of this tripod. I've held it out the window, going down a mountain in where were we? I forgot which national park, but we're driving down a mountain at like 20, 30 miles per hour. And I got that all in 4K, and it looks amazing, right? That is something I would never do with this grip. But for casual walking around, everyday type of pictures, and you just want to like have your camera ready, this is amazing. And I really do like it. I do like having the button. Now, it's not like your traditional shutter button where you can like press halfway and will kind of focus. No, this is just you press and your takes a picture. But what's nice about this one too is if you let's say set your phone up on a tripod or something, you can use the button. Because it's Bluetooth, you can use it wirelessly and you can be moved away from your phone. I haven't tried that part out. You could do it with like use it for macro photography, use it for selfie pictures, that kind of stuff. But yeah, it's really cool product. It's $70, $60, $60 or $70. I can't remember. And then also in the box, you get an additional magnet. So if you don't have a case, phone that has a MagSafe compatible case, you can put the magnet on the back of your phone and then use it that way also. I do recommend it for people who are mobile photographers first. I think this is a great accessory. Is it going to help you take better pictures? Like your picture is going to get instantly better because you have the snap grip? No. But it's a really cool, it's a really nice accessory. I won't lie. It is a nice accessory. I'm going to take it to the Botanical Gardens maybe this weekend, that's where I would like to use my tripod, get close to something, and I could take pictures using this without touching my phone. And if I want to get like a really nice picture of a flower or something like that. But also if I'm just out walking around, it's nice to be able to just hold it, take a picture one-handed versus taking a picture like this, right? Having the free hand is nice. I do use like this grip, this type of grip that I use on pictures when I'm holding my camera. It works, but this is just a little bit more comfortable, a little bit more ergonomical. I wish it was a little bit bigger because the pinky kind of just hangs out down here. So I wish it was just a little bit bigger, but again, overall, it's a product I would recommend. I bought it with my own money. No one sent it to me. They don't know that I have this. Yeah, I do like it. And again, it does have a battery in there, which I did not know when I bought it. So that was a nice surprise. All right. And then lastly today, I want to share a book that I've had for a little while now. The Vivian Meyer Street Photography book. Now, this is just a book of pictures from Vivian Meyer. If you don't know who she is, she was just a regular person like us who back in the, I believe, 60s had this camera right here. So not even like any kind of, this is the camera she had. And she just walked around the streets of Chicago taking pictures. She was a nanny, I believe. And so really amazing pictures. Why? Not because there's like, oh my gosh, this is like this famous image. It's just, for the most part, let me see here. This isn't a good picture. But for the most part, it's like just everyday life in Chicago at the time. So you saw someone like that who was homeless. You see a dad, I'm guessing a dad helping his kid with his shoe. And that's really awesome because for someone like me, who I just like taking pictures and capturing moments in time, that's exactly what she did back then. There was no social media. She didn't want to be famous. This was literally found in like a storage locker someplace after her death. So she was no trying to get famous, put pictures up on Instagram and all this stuff. It was just for her own personal enjoyment. And every now and again when I get in a rut or I don't think my pictures are all that great, I pull out this book in particular and just flip through it because, again, I can't go back in time, and this is as close to a time machine that I can get. She's not famous. She wasn't famous in her day. She had no illusion of fame. Her family, I guess, didn't even know she had all this. The family that she worked for didn't know she was doing this. And so it just shows, like, just because, there's Instagram, Flickr, Glass, and everyone's telling you, you should try to run for fame and try to like make this a career. It's okay to use photography as a passion project. It's okay to do it as a hobby. It's okay to be a amateur your entire life, because that's what it's all about. Like I say it all the time. If you know people who golf, they do it for fun. None of them are trying to be professional golfers. Like, they may fancy in their mind, like, if I was on the greens with Tiger Woods, like, that would be cool. But most of us are never gonna get there, or you may not even want that. Like, for me personally, again, I don't want any of that stuff, and so I just like taking pictures for the sake of taking pictures. And so seeing her book, flipping through her book and stuff like that is pretty fun, because again, it just shows you don't have to do this professionally. You don't have to try to aspire to do it professionally. You just do it for fun. And if fame and fortune does come your way, that's awesome, but it's more of a side byproduct. There you go. It's more of a byproduct of that versus just getting out there taking pictures, or whether it's your daily life, like, what did you have for breakfast today? What did you wear today? Where did you park your car today in the parking lot? Where did you walk down the street? Like, those are things you can do, take pictures of every day. You don't need any special cameras or any devices. Use your phone, use a pocket camera. I mean, I don't know anything about this camera, but I'm guessing it wasn't the top of the line, medium format camera back in the day. Right? It just wasn't. So, use what you have, start with where you are, and enjoy the process. I enjoy the photography process. I think it's amazing. It's fun. It keeps me sharp. It keeps me motivated. And when I see these images from Vivian Maier, again, just walking down the streets of Chicago, this is what she gets. And it's cool, and it makes me want to go out and take more pictures. It makes me want to try pictures I haven't tried before. When we were in London and Paris, I took a lot of street photography pictures, and it was really fun. It was great to try to have that, capture those fast moving moments that will never happen again. It was fun to capture the food we were eating. It was fun to just capture everyday life in those areas. And so now that I'm back home, I have that same approach where I'm just like trying to take pictures of when we go to a baseball game. Not that the Mariners are playing right now, but like if we go to a baseball game, if we go out somewhere, it's not just like the grand pictures of, whatever, like the Space Needle or something, but it's all like the little details, and the dog wearing this French bulldog I saw wearing a hula, a lei around his neck. That was funny to me, and that was awesome. And if I had the nerves of Vivian Maier, I could have taken that picture, but instead I did not. And so those are things, again, where I need to work at, like talking to strangers and asking, hey, can I take a picture of your dog? I really like the way it looks, because it has this like mean outer look, but it looks really cuddly with this flower necklace around it. So if you're interested, I will, if I can find this book on Amazon, I will leave it down below. I've had it for, I can't remember when I picked it up. I got it used at Half Price Books, but I picked it up. I believe it's new. Like it didn't have any markings on it or anything like that. And again, I picked it up for $19, and I've looked at it half a dozen times easily. And each time, I don't just fly through all the pictures. Sometimes I just start at the beginning, sometimes I start in the middle, sometimes I start at the end and work my way backwards. But again, it just shows that someone who was an everyday person, again, she took care of other people's kids. She just walked around with her camera, took pictures, and now we have this this view from a single woman in Chicago back in the 60s. So really, really cool stuff. But yeah, that's all I have, unless anyone has any other questions or anything like that. I'm trying to keep these down to half an hour, so I'm going to try to be compact with like, here's the Lightroom tip today, here's the thing that I'm really having fun using, and here's something that you can learn from, like a book or article or podcast or something. So yeah, that's what I have today. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, please leave them in the comments below if you're watching this. Again, before I head out, if there's anyone out there listening who has a question, let me know. If not, I will see you in the next one. Talk to you later. Bye-bye. Oh, and thank you as always for watching this. I really do appreciate it, you guys. So I will see you later. All right, bye.